They dragged her through the mud, called her a cheap doll for her sequins and southern drawl. But I'll scream it loud, Dolly Parton is a storm that smashed every limit and made the world howl in awe. For 50 years, men lose their minds, women burst with envy, and at 79, she's tearing through everything in her path. How does she do it? Find out now or get lost. Men have adored her for half a century. Women haven't stayed indifferent either. Yet people in the industry often called her cheap, because of her flashy, vibrant style that stood out against the restrained show business of the time when she started singing. Still, talent finds a way, and no matter what colleagues whispered behind her back, the public's love couldn't be stopped. Remember that famous 90s song performed by Whitney Houston, "I Will Always Love You"? Actually, it's not hers. Dolly Parton sang it first in 1974. And not just sang it, she wrote it. Dolly Rebecca Parton isn't just a singer, songwriter, or actress. She's a phenomenon that flipped my view of country music, femininity, and success. Born in 1946 into a poor big family in the Smoky Mountains, I see her as a dreamer who aimed for the stage from childhood. Her journey from a simple shack without electricity to global fame is a tale of grit, gift, and turning flaws into strengths. And she still uses that to this day. But behind the sparkle of sequins and her smile, I spot a deep life philosophy she's carried through the decades. The nickname Cheap stuck to her from the start of her career. Critics and peers mocked her bright look, sequin dresses hugging her figure, oversized wigs, and Barbie-style makeup. Low necklines and bold outfits seemed like attention grabs, not art. In the 1970s, that style felt daring even for showbiz. Her songs about ordinary folks, like Coat of Many Colors, and her southern accent sparked hillbilly stereotypes. But I see how Dolly turned criticism into power. In a chat with Rolling Stone, she said, "I'm not offended when they call me cheap. It means I'm noticeable enough. Yeah, I'm like a Christmas tree, the more glitter, the better. My look is how I pictured glamour as a country boy. Everyone said, she's trash. And I thought, well, that's what I'll become when I grow up. It was the image I chased. I wasn't a natural beauty. So I like looking the way I do. I'm so outgoing inside that my outside has to match it," she explained. Her tactic? Amplify the stereotypes to disarm the haters. That's how her iconic image was born. A mix of innocence and wisdom, glamour and down-to-earth charm. Dolly Parton plays her persona with self-irony and confidence. I watch her interviews, she never misses a chance to joke about her style when it comes up, mentioning the cost of all that sparkle, how pricey it is to be cheap, and laughing heartily. Looking cheap takes a lot of money. Her charm and femininity, as I see it, aren't about fitting standards but about being herself. That's bold, since brightness and individuality rarely get a pass from men or women. I never wanted to be perfect. I just want to be Dolly, she says. I also enjoy checking her social media clips and reading fan comments. Nothing but praise for her endless kindness, sincerity, and ease in connecting. That rule of being herself, even if labeled cheap, won her the ultimate prize, decades of audience love. Say what you will, but at 79, Dolly Parton looks stunning. She's got a perfect hourglass figure, full chest, slim waist, lean legs. And she still doesn't call herself a beauty. Crazy, right? Maybe because she didn't fit the model mold, which for decades demanded flatness over curves. When I talked about Joan Collins claiming she never got plastic surgery, many didn't buy it, though her face hasn't changed. With Dolly, though, the surgery's obvious. I look at Hollywood stars, those into natural aging pour time into care routines. Those who opt for the knife spend less on daily upkeep. Dolly's open about her procedures, but draws the line at extremes. If a door sags, I'll fix it. Her routine simple, up at 3 a.m. or night, depending on how you see it. She says she doesn't need much sleep, a Parton family trait. I picture her morning. It kicks off with skincare. But she's got no tricks or secrets. I don't do anything special with my skin. You don't need to spend a fortune on skincare stuff, she says. Cheap products are often as good as, or better than, the pricey ones. I pick what works for me, not the hype. Her great skin? She credits it to avoiding tans and steering clear of the sun in her youth. I never baked in the sun. I don't have the issues many my age do because I didn't expose my skin. I'd have tanned if I could, but I couldn't, so now I'm glad. I hear tips from stars who look young, and they all say, dodge the sun from early on. It works, especially for white folks. At 79, Dolly's got one of Hollywood's envy-worthy bodies. But I've heard her say in interviews that she, like many women, wrestled with weight swings. That struggle fueled 6 songs for the Netflix movie Dumplin' soundtrack about a plus-size teen. The film shows you don't have to be physically beautiful, she says. You don't need to look like a model. I worry about young girls today, they think they have to match TV faces. We should accept ourselves as we are. Her toolkit? Yoga, walks, and no fast food. I eat like a bird, but sometimes that bird pecks popcorn. Corsets and full skirts highlight her shape, nodding to vintage Hollywood and playing up her curves. Dolly Parton's a balanced soul, a woman with a capital W. A happy wife who wishes no one harm, not like those nasty comments back home about happy moms of angels. This country legend met her forever love, Carl Thomas Dean, at 18. He shuns the spotlight and skips her big events, and that's what they both like. I joke when folks ask about my long marriage and lasting love. I say, don't leave. And there's truth in that. I travel a lot, but we cherish every little moment together, she shares. That's mature love, no silent treatment or pushing away, just showing your partner they matter. Wisdom's about accepting what's coming. A paradox. A woman who looks this good has made peace with aging. It'll happen when it happens. I'm thankful I'm still here. Plenty of folks more talented than me never saw their dreams come true. She still performs, connects with fans, runs her socials. She dreams of dropping dead mid-song on stage. But I know what'd slow her down if her husband of 60 years, Carl Thomas Dean, needed her. If Carl or my family needed me, they'd come first. I've put my career ahead, but I'd step back for him. Dolly proved attraction's an aura built from character and outlook. She's a paradox. Plays the ditzy role but runs an empire, music, movies, Dollywood. Called cheap, yet she's a philanthropist who's changed millions of lives. Her style seems carefree, but every detail's a deliberate jab at stereotypes. Don't take life too seriously. No one gets out alive anyway, she quips. Maybe that's her secret, laughing at herself, loving the world, and staying true no matter what. So here's the deal. Dolly Parton isn't just some chick with a guitar and sequins. She's living proof you can spit in the face of everyone who drags you down and become a legend. They called her trash, and she built an empire. They mocked her for being cheap, and she bought herself eternity in millions of hearts. At 79, she's still the queen, and I swear to you, while you're sitting here, she's out there breaking rules again. This isn't just a story, it's a challenge to every one of us. Think about it. While others rotted in their petty biases, she sang about regular folks and turned her southern drawl into gold. While the scared hid from judgment, she piled on more glitter and laughed at the haters' faces. I look at her and get it. It's not about age or money, it's about burning so bright no one dares put you out. She took her pain, her scars, and forged them into a weapon. So I'm asking you, what the hell are you doing with yours? Dolly's not just a name, she's a symbol. She proved being yourself isn't weakness, it's a force that flattens everything in its path. So get up, stop whining, stop hiding. At 79, she's tearing up the stage, and what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button if you're ready to shred the mold with her or keep rotting in your gray little world while icons like Dolly rewrite the game.